Ladies and gentlemen, thank you as always for tuning into the channel. Today we have a pretty interesting video for you guys. There has been a story surfacing in the crypto space over the past week or so, and honestly it's not getting nearly as much attention as I personally think it needs to be getting. So I do want to touch on that today and share as much information about this as I possibly can with the information that's out there. But I have a feeling this goes much deeper than what's on the surface. But of course, until we get further news on the topic, we're just going to work with what we currently have, and of course we can do a little theorizing in the process if we'd like. So what am I talking about? Well, over the past, I believe, 2 months, there has been 4 murders. I shouldn't say murders, likely are murders. 4 deaths in the cryptocurrency space. Now, these aren't just your average people. These are a couple high net worth individuals. I believe 2 billionaires. 2 billionaires and 2 multimillionaires that were heavily involved in the crypto industry with different companies have died in mysterious ways. So I do want to jump into what happened with these individuals, and then some also very disturbing stuff that these individuals said publicly before their deaths. So we have a couple. We have Nikolai Mushegian, and then we also have 3 others, but Nikolai, which is the first one, he drowned in Puerto Rico. They say that his family says that there is no foul play with this death, but his friends are suspicious about his sudden death, mainly because right before Nikolai's death, he tweeted publicly on Twitter that the CIA and Mossad and pedo elites are running some kind of sex trafficking, entrapment, blackmail ring out of Puerto Rico and Caribbean islands. They are going to frame me with a laptop planted by my ex-girlfriend who was a spy. They will torture me to death. He tweeted this a couple days, about a week before he showed up dead, drowned in Puerto Rico. That is pretty insane news, and I find it very hard to believe that this isn't getting more exposure than it deserves. So that's the first one. Next, we have crypto founder Tiantian Kullander unexpectedly died at 30 in his sleep. His company had recently been rewarded a $3 billion evaluation. We don't have any further specifics on this one. He didn't tweet out anything ahead of time, but he died at 30 years old. That is definitely abnormal, and he does appear to look like a healthy individual. Could that be related to something else? It totally could, but it is definitely worth noting. Next, we have, one second, the third one. On Tuesday, November 22nd, Javier Biosca jumped from the 5th floor of a hotel in Spain. His suicide ended a career as an international broker that was as brief and irregular as the cryptocurrencies he handled. Now, this one could definitely just be a suicide. Did someone push him out of the 5th floor of a building? I probably doubt it, but it is, again, worth noting that one as well. And then lastly, we have crypto billionaire Mr. Taran died in a mysterious helicopter crash after another passenger cancels last minute. And he had 2 children and a wife, unfortunately. But what's crazy is this gentleman was worth $20 billion. Now, yes, you could say all of this is just a coincidence, but if there's anything I learned over the past 4 years of this world, is that it's very seldom, very unlikely that stuff like this is all just a coincidence, especially when you have 2 of these individuals speaking out that they are concerned with their lives and mentioning the CIA. You had Nikolai, the first gentleman that drowned in Puerto Rico, and then you have this last gentleman worth $20 billion that also said that he was concerned for his life and mentioned the CIA as well, saying that he said that he was concerned that the CIA and Mossad were going to murder him. So, yes, could just be a coincidence. Could this be much more than a coincidence? I think so. I just wanted to bring this to you guys real quick because I thought it was very fascinating how it's not really being talked about at all in the crypto space. And this is honestly, this deserves to be one of the biggest story in the industry right now. Everyone's distracted by this FTX debacle and all this exchange stuff, and that is a huge deal, don't get me wrong, but something like this right in front of us where we blatantly have people speaking about how they're concerned that the CIA is going to murder them, and then they literally die a week later because they were drowned. I think that speaks volumes, and it's also very fascinating why they're going after, if they are, this is all theory, we're not making any assumptions, but it is fascinating why, if that was the case, why is the CIA going after all of these crypto individuals? 2 billionaires, 2 multimillionaires, heavily involved in the crypto space. There is word that the CIA has claimed that they have deep roots in the crypto space, and what I personally think that is the fact that they actually run a couple operations, cryptocurrency mixers and stuff like that in the crypto space in order to dox anyone that uses them. We could talk about that in another video, but there's little things like that it's likely that the CIA or higher up government agencies are doing in the crypto space to figure out to solve some illegal activity, tax evasion, stuff like that, those issues. But why would they go after these 4 individuals if they went after all 4? It just seems very odd how all of these relevant high net worth individuals just happen to die all in the same industry in the course of a month or so. So let me know your thoughts on this down below. It's a pretty crazy world we're living in. It seems like this news in crypto is just never stopping, even in the middle of a bear market. But yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next.